Epsom salt, the promised wonder of bigger, brighter blooms, stronger growth, greener leaves. We'll explain to you how we use it to get the maximum out of our orchid. Welcome to the Nature Company. Some of the things I'm going to say might be a little bit controversial for you. If you're having any success with it, or if you're using it particularly in your growing, please drop it in the comments box below, because we all learn from each other and it's good to hear what everyone else is doing and how they are growing. Today, we're going to explain to you the good, the bad, and the ugly truth about using Epsom salts on orchids. If this is the kind of information you're interested in, please hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and that notification bell to be notified of all our upcoming content so you don't miss out on it. So let's look at Epsom salts first. What actually is it? It's actually quite simple. It's magnesium sulfate, a very basic, simple crystal. This is made of magnesium and sulfur as well as oxygen. But we're interested in that magnesium and sulfur, as those two are very important micronutrients for the development and growth of your plant. They are involved in the production of chlorophyll, which is going to produce the food for the plant. They're involved in cell division to help the plant grow, and in carbohydrate production and transport around the plant to those points that are dividing and growing to keep the plant in a healthy state and so that it can keep growing. Along with all the growth promotion that the magnesium and sulfur is going to do, they're also involved in both the stress tolerance of your orchid and its stress management to help it deal with the day-to-day stresses of life as an orchid, like insects attacking it and things like that. Wow, Epsom salts has both magnesium and sulfur. Yay for our orchids! The magnesium and sulfur are important elements. Surely this should be part of our everyday feeding program. Let's look a little bit into this, shall we? Let's have a look at what we have been told about Epsom salts. Firstly, often we're told that it's not really a salt. It's not really a salt. Did they just forget to read the packaging? Magnesium sulfate is chemically considered a salt. Any good chemist or physicist or scientist of any sort can tell you that. So I'm not sure why they suggest it's not a salt. And they say using Epsom salts in your water to flush your orchid is going to help remove all those excess nutrient salts that have built up from overfeeding. What is happening there? Why are they suggesting that? Well, they're suggesting the magnesium has got something to do with it. What do they mean by that? Well, what is actually happening is the concentrations of the other salts is reduced slightly because you're adding one more to the mix. You're adding extra magnesium into it. So of course, naturally, all of their percentage concentrations are going to go down because there's another ingredient. That doesn't mean the total concentration of those mineral salts in your media is less. In fact, it's more. So you've just added one more mineral into that mix, and now you've got to flush that out too. So if you're going to be flushing your orchids, don't flush it with Epsom salts. Rather, just flush it with clean, clear water. Rainwater if you can, or just some good quality clean water. That's the only way you're going to be able to flush all those salts out of your media. Also, we're told that you can use it as an insecticide by taking it, putting it in a spray and spraying it on the leaves. And how is it going to be an insecticide? Well, because of all of that sulfur that's in it. Sulfur is known to be an amazing insecticide, or at least an insect repellent. Well, there's certainly no sulfur smell, so does that mean that the concentrations of sulfur are going to be anywhere near strong enough to actually kill any of those insects or keep them at bay? Well, not really. The percentages of sulfur in your magnesium sulfate are quite low as it is, and the concentrations that you recommended to mix your Epsom salts in water with are going to make it very dilute. And that's not going to do anything to prevent any insects from attacking your plants. So what if I bump up the volume of my Epsom salts in the water to bump up the volume of sulfur onto my plants to get those insects away? Well, you're going to land up with other problems there. That sulfur is going to change its form in the media through chemical interactions producing sulfuric acid. This is not only going to sour your media is going to become more acidic. It's going to start causing problems for your roots. And as your media becomes more acidic, it's going to make it more difficult for your orchid to then be able to absorb some of those nutrients which just don't become available to plants in an acidic media. So you're now starting to form a couple of different problems there. But not only that, the sulfuric acid is going to affect the mycorrhiza and those beneficial bacteria, which are going to then again cause problems with your plant or your orchid being able to absorb those nutrients, because those mycorrhiza and beneficial bacteria play an important role in that. So we start running into problems there again. So no flushing or using Epsom salts as an insecticide. What else is it good for? Well, they also say the magnesium is good for those bud production. You must use lots of Epsom salts to get that magnesium, to get lots of buds. And what's then going to happen? They say also you can use as much Epsom salts as you want, because it's such a natural substance, it's not going to affect the plant or the environment in any way whatsoever. Yeah, also, you're wrong. You're very, very wrong. You're dead wrong. Because Epsom salts, magnesium sulfate, what's going to happen as soon as you start adding excess quantities of it, the magnesium itself starts impairing the ability of your plant to absorb other nutrients such as calcium, iron, boron, and potassium. And we all know for flower production, calcium and potassium are extremely important. And believe me, they are more important than that magnesium you're going to be getting from your Epsom salts. Because if they're not getting enough calcium and potassium, because the magnesium is upsetting the nutrient balance and the plant's ability to absorb them, then we're going to have all sorts of problems like early flower fall and bud drop. So what's the point of trying to get all those extra buds if they're just going to be falling off early? So Epsom salts can't be used in excess. You're going to be causing all sorts of problems with your plant. Not only, like I said earlier, with that sulfuric acid, but the magnesium itself is also going to cause problems with the ability of your orchid to absorb other nutrients. So it's beginning to look a bit sad for Epsom salts, isn't it? But even with all of this, that's not to say not to use it. At the end, we'll explain to you how and when to use Epsom salts to get the maximum out of your plants. There's a lot of other orchid growing wisdom Ed drops in that Buy Me a Coffee link down below. Be sure to check that out. Sign up, become a member, and grow like a pro. Now let's get back to it. And another thing we told about Epsom salts, it's used as a fertilizer or in replace of other fertilizers. If it is a fertilizer, it should have an NPK value to be able to, for your plant to be able to get some of those other macronutrients that it needs. And what would the NPK value of this be? Well, it would be a 0, 0, 0. So I don't think there's any benefit in feeding your orchid with something that has no nutritional value for your orchid, as it would suggest by the NPK values. So perhaps replacing your other orchid fertilizers with just Epsom salts is not such a good idea either. But indeed, that's not to say that your orchids might not show deficiencies that your Epsom salts can help rectify. Your magnesium deficiencies will often be shown in your leaves, but generally in the older leaves. Initially, you may see some slight purple discoloration, which can't always be taken as an exact sign of magnesium deficiency, because that purple discoloration is often from too much sun. It's like a sun protection coloration, and some orchids just naturally have it anyway, that purple pigment in their leaves. So that's a bit of a difficult one to turn to, but as time goes on, you'll start seeing on those lower, older leaves, you'll start getting a yellowish edge to these leaves, and that will slowly bleed in between the veins of the leaves as the plant then removes the magnesium from those leaves and draws it towards the newer growth points, because that's where it's going to start focusing its energy on, is ensuring the new growth lasts. So it will draw the magnesium from the older growths and push it towards the new growths. So you'll start seeing that yellowish on those older leaves. And then perhaps you might want to start looking at rectifying the problem with a magnesium additive. With sulfur, it's a slightly more difficult thing to diagnose. What happens is the initial growths that start coming out often will yellow, but sulfur deficiencies are actually relatively quite rare, and they're not always that easy to pinpoint just through that yellow discoloration of the new growth. So for one, how do we use Epsom salts? Well, most of us use it all the time anyway without even knowing it. The majority of our common orchid foods have magnesium sulfate as their magnesium component in the well-balanced orchid food. So invariably, you're going to be giving your plant Epsom salts anyway, so there's not really necessarily going to be a need to give it this alongside your fertilizers. By sticking to the recommended dosages on your orchid fertilizer, or by feeding weekly, you're going to be giving it all the Epsom salts your plant desires. If you found any of this information helpful, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below, and that notification bell, bing bong, to be notified of all our upcoming content so you don't miss out on a thing. Help us grow as we help your orchids grow.